Howdy folks, and welcome! It's been a month. A lot has changed. We've all successfully moved into an apartment place. I caught the illness you're not allowed to say for some reason, and got horrendous heat stroke. But we're back, in the new place. I have a new bedroom with honestly not much unpacked still. But hey.
So the plan is we attack it.
Now we have a second bedroom that's still mostly unpacked.
You're recording? Ha!
Inside voices, dude.
Oh, right.
Can't have neighbours finding out I live with multiversal beings.
I guess you can.
And we also have a kitchen now. We didn't have one, I guess, in the previous place. We can now kitchen food.
I don't think kitchen's a verb.
I didn't know you knew what a verb was.
No, I didn't. I honestly thought it was just a lucky guess. So, can I be in the video?
Yeah, still gonna be in now on that one.
Oh, come on.
I can't trust either of you to not be quiet when recording.
But why? People love the outrageous charm we bring to the table.
I honestly think people just prefer if we're not in the video at all and you just show your dumb drawings.
Regardless of what anyone thinks, I'm doing a video and neither of you are gonna be in it.
Aw, shut.
Less work for me. So, who is gonna help you then?
We're making a Fakemon region. We design monsters and place them in a fictional landmass on a fictional world. And we've got Fake helping me today. And this is a special episode, kind of. It's a collab kind of thing where other Fakemon creators also help make a... Well, they're not helping, they're making their own thing. We're all like making a Fakemon based on a certain theme. Would you believe me that I have a script and I'm still this unkept? The theme for this collab thing is gonna be cryptids. So, you got any cryptid ideas? Fake? Anything? Oh. Oh, wow. They're terrifying. You want to make a Mon concept out of these? Oh, alright. Let's talk about the Doppleganger. That's a cryptid. Apparently the word comes from Germany. Has been used as the name of many a monster. Mostly to describe a monster that has the same body as something else. I think. It's a bit weird to explain. We'll go with that to describe this thing. A cryptid in the Sidlemon universe that goes around shape-shifting into other monsters, but being off in creepy ways, kind of like a horror show ditto. So let's jump into making a third form for this thing. So although it is going to be kind of like a horror ditto where it shapeshifts into other things, but off in creepy ways, I don't think it's going to be able to transform into literally everything. It might be able to in the lore, but like in universe and game or whatever, that's a lot of monster literally create entirely new forms on, right? So we'll just do like a couple types for now at least, right? Starting with, we'll do a Skitterfly form, because I like Skitterfly, and I wanted to show off that maybe it can't shapeshift the skateboard, so it's kind of like, okay, kind of interesting, yeah, I'm in. So the name of the actual mon itself is going to be called Verymon. So it's meant to be, as in, yes, he is very monster, you know what I mean? And it could also mean because he is every monster, you know? I thought I'd get the name out of the way because it's going to be the only one I'm going to do in this episode, and I'm just going to show off all the different forms. Am I sounding ill? I'm still kind of recovering from the illness you're not allowed to say for some reason. So I don't know if I still sound ill. I don't know, because I'm also trying to be quiet as to not like wake up the neighbours and tell them that I'm living with whatever the hell Fake's meant to be. Oh, sorry, buddy. I honestly didn't know you'd still be here when I'm, you know, voicing over the drawing. But now that I think about it, where have you been going this whole time then? But either way, onto the actual Skitterfly form. Now, since Skitterfly's got kind of weird blobby eyes to begin with, I kind of wanted to change them because I guess a big point of Verymon is that eyes are used a lot in the design, making them weird. So I like the idea that, like butterflies, how most versions of butterflies have eyes on their wings, or patterns that look like eyes. I wanted to give Skitterfly literally those are eyes on its wings, and they like blink, but every time they blink they have a proper to it, like a really gross sounding. It's meant to be a really gross, creepy cryptid mod, so I kind of wanted to go far out into it. I also wanted to give it the appearance of its melting. I mean, I'm sure you can notice that with the Cuptis and Eccentrus forms. I wanted to give it the appearance of the shapeshifter. It clearly can't shapeshift well. You know, it's meant to be more of a crude copy, and I think it's comfortable being a crude copy. I think that's the creepy thing. It doesn't need to blend in perfectly, which, you know, why does it not need to blend in? Like, why is it content looking like that when it could probably look perfect? You know what I mean? It's a little bit creepy. I'm still not 100% sure yet, but you know, mystery, I guess. Another specific thing about Fakemon, as well in general, what you'll see across the other designs, is that it can't mimic hands or feet perfectly. Mostly it's the hands what get melted, the feet are normally at least somewhat recognisable, but that's just a Fakemon thing I've noticed, that it can't get hands and feet right, and maybe it's something to do with the fact that that's where the body typically ends, because it also normally gets the face messed up most of all as well, so, you know, just thought I'd bring that up. Part of me wants to make this its own type as well. I feel like other people have had this idea before as well, but I always like the idea of, I want to make a parasite mon, what can infect other monsters and make it its own type. So the parasite would be like poison and bug, but if it infected a Charmander, instead of being poison, bug and fire, it would just be parasite and fire. But the parasite type essentially brings all the attack and weaknesses of poison and bug, you know what I mean? So I kind of like the idea of Fakemon basically having its own type. What isn't 100% sure, I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. Maybe it's just like added, maybe it's like normal and dark or something, and whatever the mon it's copying based off. So this would be Skitterfly is normally bug and fighting, but I'd say it would just be Fakemon and bug. It can't fight anymore, and it's also because since it couldn't copy the skateboard, you know, it doesn't, because the skateboarding was why it was flying type to begin with. So not flying type anymore, no skateboard. So that's the Skitterfly form. Since it isn't its own like unique mon, and it's just the form of the previous one, we'll just kind of jump right on over to the other one, I guess, because I've got nothing much more to say. Plus, I didn't realise how ill I actually was, so I'm probably going to make this a pretty shorter episode. I thought I recovered well, I don't know what happened. So the next monster we're going to horrifically glorify, Kleeper. I like Kleeper. I've never really brought up what I consider to be like a Silmon mascot, but to me, Kleeper was always kind of at least one of the contenders, because I just kind of really like its design. I thought it was cute. It was going to be Kleeper, Confuzzle, and maybe Skitterfly. I would say those three are some of my favourite designs out of them all, but I like them all equally because, you know, picking a favourite Sidlemon is like picking a favourite child. You know, you do pick one, obviously, you just don't tell the others, either way. Plus, I like the idea that since Kleeper does have soapy arms, I kind of wanted to make the Fakemon copying it, since it obviously can't get hands properly, it just melds because they're meant to be soap arms, so it just melds them into weird slappy tentacles or just like grabby, bitey things, you know? Bitey things. Mouths, I guess you could say, right? Like, its beak doesn't open up properly, so its mouth is literally at the end of its arm. Like, that's actually how it eats. It's a bit disturbing, actually, watching it. It's also, I gave it one giant eye instead of like two separate ones, just because, again, I thought it'd be kind of creepy, and yeah, it kind of is, I'm going to be honest. I also started giving it more of that glitchy motif, what was in the Eccentric design. I kind of skipped on the Skitterfly because I didn't really think it would work out that well, but I added it again to the Kleeper one, and I think it did work out a lot greater. Because at the end of the day, if the Sidlemon's meant to be a video game, and there's a monster what can shapeshift into others, maybe like the game itself isn't prepared for that, so it just kind of corrupts the mon, which is maybe why it explains its horrific design in the first place, but who knows? I just thought that'd be a fun kind of idea going in, maybe. Like, for all intents and purposes, Fakemon should not exist. Howdy folks, here's an extra little bit I'm adding to this bit, because a good kind of friend, I guess? Yeah, sure, why not? She asked me ages ago if she could draw one of my Fakemon, and she did it, and I said that I'd react to it, so here I am with Red Face and Fake. Say hello, both of you.
Hello!
Tui didn't want to do this. He's over there doing
I've got better shit to do.
Yeah, you're literally doing nothing.
Yeah, better things to do.
Look,
You can
we
bring a
don't need
ghost
it.
to a TV screen, but you
We're
can't
serious.
make him watch.
We'll give our critiques, and I just thought it'd be fun. Boreal's channel will be in the description, obviously. Who's it gonna be? It's me. I've got 215 abdomens.
Oh, what?
Apparently. Who knew?
That's like way too many abdomens.
Okay.
Has 21 episode style and it looks pretty dope.
It's strange watching someone draw your thing and it not be you.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's nice though.
I hope
It's weird,
I do the
obviously.
same, but he doesn't. And
Look
I
how she
understand
thins
correctly,
those
the
lines.
watercolor style will be the main
How do
style
you-
for the series
How
from
do you
now
do
on.
that?
At first I wanted
say
to
so.
use another Fakemon. I actually
This is weird,
already
I've never really done a
cool
react
the
thing.
sketch.
I see new
Gatsby, look!
They did
Came out on the second
what are the
Instagram
names?
when you wanted to draw it.
Wow,
no, I don't even
they're
remember my
elliptic,
Fakemon
my
names.
coffees hard and
And
amphimon.
Oops.
If I recall.
You would remember, wouldn't you?
I'm addicted to the unreal.
In this new style. In the video,
She
they-
made it. Let me do oh, Redface, can you do it in the Pokédex like voice? You got the.
I can certainly try. Brackle, the mimic Pokemon. Brackle are not native to the Germansburg region. They, however, can be found in the warmer beaches, where they seem to feel like home. How is that?
The mimic Pokemon. That's kind of cute. Yeah, I mean, it's not a mimic, I suppose. Number 96. Why couldn't it have been the other way? It's the low-hanging fruit. But
Can we talk about that shiny,
I
please?
really like the shiny as well. I wonder if she based it on vampire crabs, because that was one of the
Oh,
inspirations
that'd be
for
super neat.
Brackle as well, which is really interesting. And I'd say she got the height down as well. None of this is portrayed in the video. I just show them. I'm doing like shinies and things like the dexes at a later date, but
This BorealMind done her research.
How smooth its body is. Yeah,
The fruit
like they would
vibe
just
going
jump out
on,
of trees onto you.
Cold
That's how I
Crush
was
is
imagining.
inspired by the
Bonk.
sprouted coconut and the coconut crab, which is clearly visible on the design.
Oh, she did the
Fun
wiggle.
fact,
Oh, she did really do them well.
I like
The
that.
German term for
Oh,
it is
so
either
what's,
palm thief or coconut robber.
Oh,
And in the
okay,
video
that's-
reviews that
yeah,
mentioned
I'll
that this
give-
fake
line
one
art's
is
actually pretty good.
accidentally
See?
palm trees. So maybe
See?
people saw
Yeah,
this
you
and
go
thought it's
back
strange.
into
Yeah, I'm on my way.
Right now I don't have this
Yeah,
one.
just like
which
me
was
drawing
another
them.
reason
Still
why I chose
really cool.
Brackle,
Maybe she can
I
actually make
really
the top
like how
look
she
like
thins the line.
coconut, because
Boy, super cool.
I like she did the wiggly eyes really well. This is super cool. No one's done this before, and I get to talk about drawing. We all get to talk. It's great. There's not much else you can
The shiny
do.
was
so.
actually inspired by the pixel sketch, which I think was itself inspired by the colors of the vampire crab. One of the
Oh, that's hilarious.
funny coincidence.
That she based the shiny off of that, which she assumed I based off the vampire crab, because I thought the shiny was based on the vampire crab. That's funny. No, I did not base my line art on that. When I draw my line art on my pixel art, that is, I just do it. I just do different colors, just so because I don't normally draw my pixel art on different layers. I normally do it all on one layer. So I always draw the outlines in different colors, just so I don't get confused what piece is meant to be for what. And they're just random different colors. I don't actually, have a reason to do it. I just change the hue and color usually, and then just do it, But, coincidentally, made a really good shiny.
Was itself, I personally
I don't.
However,
I'm
these
joking.
are
I
different
love them.
colours, just
Oh,
let
look
them.
at the texturing.
And the everyday
Shiny.
Someone's a happy boy.
I think the original idea is the original coconut crab is grass, and I think this was going to be grass fighting. Obviously, you could just chop this up to a regional variant, but it just looks really similar. But it's a bug this time, or you can do what you want. But different universes or whatever. I'm kind of into that.
You don't
Exactly.
say.
But because I think the Brackle is going to have a split evolution at one point, which is going to be grass dark. I think the idea is. Part of me imagined Co-Crushed. I always imagined bigger. I imagined the idea of it. If it it's. I would say if it's the top of his coconut is up to the model's kneecaps. I would say up to, I think that's called the thigh. I don't know human anatomy, but
I didn't
I've
know
noticed.
this.
Have you seen the avatars?
We don't even have
Exactly.
noses on them.
And I would just be it. But again, the fact that she did all this when all I did was draw it and ramble about it. She did most of this all on her own, which it's incredible. Shiny again, really like. The only thing I would have done, personally, is probably just change the coconut to be another type of coconut. Is there other types of coconut?
I would
Probably.
assume
If
so.
not, I still like it, but that's just personally what I would have done. I'm not saying it's bad necessarily. I'm just saying I would. Check a video out if you want to hear her talking about us guys rambling. Man, I really like this. I would, hit me up, BorealMind. Hit me up if you want to do this again. I would totally be down to do an art trade or something. collab with me.
I mean, there's better ways to ask to collab with someone, but sure, well, I'm sure that's fine.
I also like the idea of maybe giving it because it's normally got like a little water bubble on its head. Maybe since it can't replicate water perfectly, it kind of becomes this sentient weird little blob thing. Like maybe that's its brain or something creepy like that. So there's the finished Verimon Cleaper. Again, I guess it'd be Verimon type and maybe poison because of the soapy arms. And again, it can't fight, I guess, because Cleaper's normally a poison and fighting type. I keep pretending as if everyone's gonna just remember that fact, despite me not bringing it up in like 10 episodes. But still, I do edit the fall a lot after I do the speed drawing, just because I think, you know, I don't want you don't need to see the editing. It's just a bit boring. Plus, it's like 2 minutes extra, which I feel like you wouldn't miss anyway. But either way, let's go on to one of the cutest designs I did and make it not cute anymore. My Coffizard, I think it was the name of it, right? And I looked at the finished design, and you haven't seen it yet, but jeebus, what have I done? I don't know what my fascination is with making people uncomfortable by things I draw, but this episode is a shining product of that. To me, at least, I've made myself feel uncomfortable. You'll have to let me know what you think of these. Do you find them more cute? Like, did I mess up really bad? I hope not. You'll have to let me know. But yeah, my Coffizard. Normally the cute, derpy lizard what hangs around in moist caves, despite being an electric type, so he accidentally electrocutes everything else in the cave. By accident, bless him. He's not doing it on purpose. So yeah, I chose this one because he's just a cute little derpy boy, and I wanted to make him horrifying. So I did that by stretching his mouth to ungodly levels. I like to think that on, you know, like in universe, it can just ungodly stretch its mouth to uncomfortable levels, like up to 6 feet, let's say, which is just a scary thought. I mean, all monsters themselves are meant to be like stretched out, like stretched vertically, which is like meant to be one of the main gimmicks, I guess, right? So they're already really a lot bigger than their original counterparts, so they are just really scary. And then the eyes. I don't know what's with my fascination of making weird eyes. It's just what I do, okay? I'm sorry. And since this is also my first time drawing Skitterfly, Cleaper, and my Coffizard, or my Coffizard, using watercolours, it was kind of fun, because like this is the first time I could see them not in sprite form, but at the same time, I'm horrifically mutating them. So, you know, give and take. It's kind of creepy looking at them, because then when you realise with the context that it copies butterflies, cave lizards, and I guess just like rural areas, because that's where Cleaper would live. It kind of implies that's where Verimons also live, where they can copy them, which is just kind of creepy imagining one of these in a dark cave, in a dark town at night, or just in a forest at night, which is kind of terrifying. And I guess you could say the same with Excentress and Cuptis, because Cuptis are in deserts and Excentress is in underwater. So just imagine that in the deep dark depths below. That's actually terrifying. Oh right, yeah, and Fake's just scared of water in general, so that's just a double whammy. I also kind of like the idea that that my Coffizard form doesn't have any arms at all. It just attacks using its giant jaw thing. It's not even a jaw because it doesn't have any bones, but still. And you can kind of, it's like a hole opening up into it, like you can kind of see what's inside of it, and it's meant to be just pure chaos, like kind of like Cthulhu, where staring at it too long kind of drives you insane. Like this is just evil in every sense of the way. But yeah, this is the finish, my Coffizard form. Again, I edited it all to make it terrifying. I'm actually really happy with how I managed to do the editing, with the all corrupted and glitchy. I didn't realise how much of the Pibby it looks like, because wow, it really does look like Pibby. Gosh darn, I thought I was being original. Oh well. But yeah, so this is all the Verimon forms. I hope you like it. I guess we don't know what the base form looks like. But still, hopefully you don't find it terrifying. I think I've lived with Fake, Tui and Redface too long to kind of be desensitized to most of this horrifying things. But still, as I mentioned, this was partially made for a cryptid collab thing.
Say the name properly. I got an extra line. Oh gosh, those are terrifying.
Alright.
The Fakemon Ultra Collab 2022.
I said collab wrong, didn't I? I said collab. Oh well, I already did the effect now. But yeah, there's a bunch of other Fakemon creators who also had a crack at making cryptid-based mons. I believe there's a link below with a link to like a playlist, or there's like a hashtag you can click. There'll be something where you can watch a bunch of these other people doing it, you know. There'll be people like Missy Dupop, Esperblocks, Vlogging with Gibster, BorealMind. Just people that if you already like these types of videos where a guy talks over making Fakemon, I'll honestly be surprised if you haven't checked them out already. They're kind of awesome. But regardless, thank you all for bearing with me this video. I honestly didn't realise how ill I still was. I'm going to take a nap after this and get some rest. I'm not sure when the next episode is going to be coming, but it's going to be a 3-in-1 episode. It's going to be a triple feature, and it's going to be awesome. Hopefully. So, hopefully you'll stay patient for that, and hopefully you'll get 3 pretty cool videos. One about making paint-based Fakemon, one about redesigning a new Pokemon in the old style, so that's exciting. And one's going to be an entirely new thing, what I've never done on this channel before, so hopefully you're all excited. They're all related to art, so there's your hint. I doubt you're going to get it, but either way, folks, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in a bit. Check out the other people if you want to. I'm not going to hold you to it, you know, you do what you want, you know, free world or whatever. But either way, I'll see you all in a bit. Toodaloo, bye! I didn't want to do it too loud, because again, neighbours. I am actually in an apartment this time, so, you know.